Erev Tov Rabotai. Rabbi Yonatan told me somebody asked about the Simanim, for Rosh Hashana. So we're going to talk about this now. Let's deal with it. So what is the Simanim? It says in the Gemara, there's two places, right? One in Masechet Horayot, one Masechet Keretot. Two different places. It says over there to about the Simanim. So what is the Simanim? There are certain types of foods, that we're supposed to eat for Rosh Hashanah. What's the reason? Why? Because it says Simana Miltahi, right? It's a good sign, these foods, for Rosh Hashanah. Why a good sign? Because the name of these foods has mashma'ut, implication, which is good, good mazal, good fortune for the whole year, So that's why they say, one place says in the Gemara, one place says you should have these foods on the table. The other one says you should eat them also, So if you want to cover both, right, Gemarot, have it on the table or also eat it, do both if you can, Unless what? Unless you don't like this food, you can't eat it, right? You don't like it. So if you don't like it, just at least put it on the table. That's also good, if you can't eat it. Whatever. But most of us can eat these things. Why not? They're easy to eat, nothing major over here. Nothing, there's no poison, no nothing. No junk food. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's so good,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you're right. It's appetizer. Yeah, appetizer. Yeah, it's good. Of course. So that's the thing, so it's going to give you, hopefully, B'ezrat Hashem, a good mazal for the whole year because you said you have these foods on the table. So you want to have it, you want to try to buy it, So when you go shopping this week, because next week is already Rosh Hashanah, don't wait till next week. It's going to be too late already. You're going to wait till the last minute, You're going to go where? On Sunday, Monday, it's going to be too late already. Everything is going to be finished already. Nothing going to be left there. So you don't want that, right? So go early, and buy everything on time. That's what you want to do, right? This is what you get everything that you need. So here's the foods that you want to eat, right? So why, as we said, right, the reason why these foods are good is because of the name. They have good mashmaut, good connotation. So let's see, right, how do we do it? First of all, first thing we do, right, on Seudah at night, Rosh Hashanah, after we go home from shul, we do Netilat Yadayim, right, Kiddush, Netilat Yadayim, and then, right, we do Hamotzi first. First Hamotzi. And then you do the Simanim. This is the best way to do it. There's also other minhagim. There's other customs as well. Some people do before the hamotzi. The simanim. You know what I mean? After kazai, right? Exactly. So some people do before. But the preferred way is like this. First do hamotzi, and then do the simanim. This is going to be your appetizer. As you said, right? This is going to be what you want to eat for the appetizer. Okay, so what do we have over here, right? Let's go through all the foods and see what we got. The first thing you're going to have is timarim, right? Dates. Right? Doesn't matter whether it's fresh or it's dry, Doesn't matter. It's all the same. As long as it's dates. Tamar. Right? You know what's tamar, right? I don't have to tell you. Timarim. Just little fruits, Yeah, whatever you call it. God bless you. So that's tamar. Tamar is the first one, right? So since you're having this the first, right? The first thing you do is make borei pri ha'etz. Because you have to bless, ha'etz. Why? Because this is not something which goes with the seudah. It's like a dessert, it's more. You know what I mean? So that's why you got to bless borei pri ha'etz. And this is going to cover all the other fruits you're going to eat for the simanim, right? All the other stuff as well. It's going to cover everything. All the ha'etz is going to be covered. So don't make it twice, and make it again, for the rimon, for the pomegranate, right? No. You already made here. You don't have to do it 2 times. You know what I mean? That's the thing, That's the way you got to do it. So that's the first one. So how do we do it? So the first thing is like this, right? As we said. Because we have to make a bracha, borei pri ha'etz, right? So there's iratzon also that we make over here. So the thing is, that you cannot do first bracha and then iratzon. It's going to be hefsek, interruption, So therefore, what you got to do is first make ha'etz, eat the fruit, and then do iratzon on this fruit. First eat it because you cannot make iratzon before you eat, because you made a bracha. You understand? First eat and then iratzon. Right, that's the way you got to do it. So what do we say? Iratzon milefanecha, Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu, sheitamu oyevenu. So what does this mean? we're asking Hashem that He should remove all our enemies from us, right? Hamas, Hezbollah, Yimach Shemam, Iran, Houthim, right? Qatar, Yimach Shemam B'zichram. All of them should be removed, right? All these enemies that we have. All the Amalek, all the enemies that we remove all of them. That's what we're saying, Takadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, great. That's the first one. So then, what's the next? Silka. What is silka? Do you know what this is? This is spinach. Spinach. Like Popeye, he eats spinach, right? Popeye, to be strong, right? Remember that. If you want to be strong, eat spinach. Right. It's not selek, right? Yeah. So the truth is, right, he's right what he's saying. It's not selek, even though, right, meaning what? That in the Talmud, right, the word silka meant spinach. It didn't mean beets. No. It doesn't mean, some people make this mistake, Because why? Today, right, when we say selek in modern Hebrew, it means beets. You know what I mean? But in the Talmudic language, selek is spinach. So spinach, it's nice, you can eat it with your salad, put it in your salad, or you can have it cooked, cook it, make some dish out of it. Whatever your wife wants to do, right? Or whatever. Your mother, whatever, whoever's cooking in your house. That's what you want to do, right? So that's going to be the next one. Selek, right? Silka. Spinach. But, right, Ashkenazim, by the way, they use beets, We use spinach. Right? But Ashkenazim, they use beets. Probably because where they lived, in Europe, they didn't have maybe spinach, over there. So they used beets. The same. So as we said, right, it's selek, it means silka, so, it also can cover that as well. So what does that mean? Let's say a person, right, forgot to buy spinach, he didn't go to the super. He didn't order spinach, right? So what should he do? Have beets, that's also, that's the second best thing, If you don't have, you can also do that. Why? Because as we said, right, selek is silka, it's the same name, so it has the same connotation. So it can be like a replacement, all right, substitute for if you don't have spinach. But if you get spinach, this is better. Okay, so when we eat the spinach, right, we don't bless hadama on the spinach, borei pri hadama. Why? Because it goes with the meal, It's like a salad. You know what I mean? It's like you eat vegetable in a meal. You don't make a bracha borei pri hadama. Who makes borei pri hadama on a salad? Right? Nobody does that, right? That's the thing, So we don't make borei pri hadama on the spinach. So what do? Just we say yiratzon, right? What yiratzon do we say? Yiratzon milefanecha Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu sheistaleku oivenu v'sonenu ve'yechol mavakshei ratenu. Here also, right? We're asking Hashem to remove all our enemies. Same thing. These foods have this connotation. So first you make the yiratzon and you eat like this, right? No hadama for the silka, for the spinach. Okay, good. That's number 2, right? Now let's go to number 3. What do we got? Kara. Right? So what's kara? Pumpkin or squash? Right? One or the other. You know what I'm talking about, right? The big one.
Orange.
Yeah, orange, right? Or the squash, there's also the little ones. They're both the same, right?
Orange.
Yeah, pumpkin,
Soup with that. Orange.
Yeah, we call that kara. That's what we call it, right? Here also, we don't make hadama, because this can be appetizer, There's no reason to make hadama on this, So what do? We just say the yiratzon. What is the yiratzon? Here we go. Yiratzon milfanecha, Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu, sheikara roa gezar dinenu, v'ikaru lefanecha zachiyotenu. So there's 2 things, right? One is that the bad decree should be removed from us, and also our merits should protect us, So 2 things we say over here. For this one, right? For the pumpkin. For the squash. Right? By the way, just want to tell you, the Ashkenazim, many of them, they don't do all these simanim. All they do is just apple and honey. That's all they do. Some of the families, What do you do, sir? You do all the simanim or just apple? You do everything? Oh, chazak u'baruch, yesher koach. He does everything. Not everybody does everything. Some people just do the apple, But by us, we do all of it. We do all of these things. Okay, anyway, so let's move on. Next one is lubia, right? Which is what? It's like black-eyed peas. It's like beans, which it's white color. And it has a black spot. Right? White with black. You know what I'm talking about, right? You buy it in the supermarket. You go over there, right? And you can get it. Everybody has it. Very simple to get that, right? But the thing is, this one needs to be cooked good, because it's hard. So you got to cook it for at least like an hour, or that's minimum 1 hour. Otherwise, it's not going to be soft. It's going to be hard like a rock, So the ladies, they know how to make this, with some good tomato sauce, some spices. They know how to do good. The ladies, So let the ladies do it. Don't get involved with this. Don't touch it, right? Give it to your wife. Let her do it. You know what I mean? That's the thing, huh? Don't. You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to. So that's the thing, right? So that's the lubia, okay? So what do we make with the lubia? What's the yiratzon? Right? Before we eat it, we say yiratzon milpanecha Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu she'irbu zachuyotenu b'tla bebenu. Right? So what does this mean? That our merit should increase. Our zechuyot should increase. Because rubia is also called rubia, which means rov, to increase. Which have many zechuyot. This is the rubia. Okay, very good. Next one. Right, which is rimon, white pomegranate. You know what's rimon, right? Yes. One time I remember, from my recollection. One time I went, I didn't have pomegranate. I went the last day, Erev Rosh Hashana, I went to the super. I went to like 10 different places, couldn't find. It was all sold out. So don't wait till the last minute, because sometimes the stores are going to run out. You're going to go, you have rimon? No, finished. I'm sorry. So you better get it early, Otherwise you're gonna have a problem. You don't really need much, One is enough. One rimon is enough for the holiday.
One day, first day you not eat this. Second day.
Yeah, we eat, of course. Yeah, first night. Yeah, of course. That's the most important, right? The first night is the most important. Because the second night is only derabbanan. It's only from the rabbis, First night is from the Torah.
So the first time that I eat it, with the parent, and then
yeah.
The rimon, they eat it on the second day, they go to shechianu.
Oh, I see, okay. But don't do that, This is not a good minhag, I tell you right now. The better minhag is to eat on the first night. Because you want to have the good siman. You know what I mean? What do you care about shechianu? Shechianu, you can do on something else. And also, you can't always do shechianu and rimon. Depends on the season, depends on all kinds of things. Whatever it is, anyway, right? The point is that better to eat everything the first night as well. Okay. If you want to do it that way, I can't stop you. I'm not going to come to your house, with a gun, I'm not this, right, Robinson guy, who shot that guy, right? I'm not this guy, what I mean? I'm not assassin, So I'm not going to come to your house. Don't worry, I'll leave you alone. But I recommend to you as a rabbi, have it also on the first night. You know what I mean? That's the way it should be. Okay. Anyway, right? Let's move on. So next one, right, we have to say the yiratzon, right? What's the yiratzon, Rimon? ירצון מלפניך, השם אלוקינו ואלוקי אבותינו, שנהיה מלאים מצוות כרימון. We should be full of mitzvot like a rimon. Like rimon has many seeds inside, right? So we should be full of mitzvot like a rimon. This is what the Chazal say, right? The Chazal say, even the Amei Aratzot, the ignorant Jews, who don't know many mitzvot in Torah, they don't know nothing, they're full of mitzvot like rimon anyway. We do so many mitzvot. The Jews, we're all full of mitzvot, even the Amei Aratzot. So that's the thing, so we should be full of mitzvot. That's what we're saying. That's the idea, Rabbi. Okay. So, as we said, right, if it's something, a new fruit which came out, and you didn't have it yet, so you do make shechianu, yes. On the rimon. You make shechianu. If you didn't eat it before, this year.
2-3 times shechianu for each.
No. One time. That's it. One shechianu. That's all you need. There's no other shechianu here. Okay. But if you already had it, before, don't make shechianu. It's too late. Only the first time, we make shechianu. Okay, whatever. So anyway, right, let's move on. Next one is Rosh Keves, right? The lamb, the head of the lamb. Yeah, right. The head of the lamb. I'll tell you something. Recently now, in New York, I'm finding it. They have it. Go to the super, go to Wasserman, go to Aaron's, whatever. They have Rosh Keves. They have it. Yeah, they have it. Also, you could go to the butcher. Maybe he has it also. I don't know. Whatever. But they do have it now. They know. It sells good, They sell very well. So because of that, right, you can find it if you really look for it. In Israel, they have even more. But you have to go early, again, as I said. Don't wait till Sunday, Monday, to look for a keves. You're not going to find it. It's going to be too late. Everything's going to be finished to it. So the thing is, that the Rosh Keves is better than Rosh Dag.
Yes.
Why is that? Because we want Hashem to remember, right, Akedat Yitzchak, which was with the Keves, with the ram, right? With the Ayil. So therefore, right, it's preferred. Only if you cannot find Keves, you can get Rosh Dag, fish. Or you can get a fish, the head of the fish. But if you can find Keves, lamb, much better than the fish. Much better. You know what I mean? So go now, don't wait. Go tomorrow, go Thursday, and go find it, right? Don't wait till the last minute. So what do we say right over here? And also you got to cook it, obviously, right? You're not going to make it raw to the table. You know what I mean? You got to cook it. You got to put it in the oven. Cook it. So whatever, do something with it. So here's the thing, right? What do we make the Yiratzon? Right? Keves on the Keves, Rosh Keves. Yiratzon milpanecha, Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu, sheniyeh lerosh ve'lo zanav. We should be the head and not the tail, right? We want to be the head, in front, right? Moving forwards in life, right? Going forwards, right? That's the thing, So that's why and if you have Rosh Keves, right, you have also, right, the lamb, so you say also this. You say, right, ותזכור לנו עקדתו ואלו של יצחק אבינו בן אברהם אבינו עליהם השלום. Remember for us, right, the עקדה of Yitzchak. We can say that you can only say that if you have a keves. But if you have fish, you cannot say this one. You see, that's the thing. It's not shaykh. You know what I mean? When they went to Har Moriah, right, to do the akedah, they brought a fish over there. It wasn't the fish. It was a keves. You know what I mean? Okay, what does it say? Right, the ayil achar nechas basebach. Right, they found the keves over there. Right, ayil. Right, that's the thing. Okay. By the way, what's the difference between ayil and keves? It's the same species, right? The ayil is older, than the keves, but it's the same thing. It's the same species. They're both sheep, you know what I mean? But the ayil is older, 1 month older than the keves. That's the difference, Okay, go figure. Anyway, right, that's the ayil. So we have one more, right? What's the next one? A tapuach, right? We put the honey, right? The apple in the honey, right? And we say, Yiratzon, no Hashem, no ha'etz. Why? Because you already made on the tamar. You made already ha'etz. So don't do another ha'etz now with the apple ha'etz. Bracha lebatala. You understand?
Yeah.
Just right. So what do we say? Yiratzon milfanecha, Hashem Elokeinu ve'Elokei avotenu, shetitchadesh alenu shana tova u'mtuka. We should have a good New Year and sweet New Year, right? That's the thing, That's what we want. That's what we're asking Kadosh Baruch Hu. So this is the last one, right, that we do. This is the order according to the Sephardi, right, nusach that we have, right, in our machazor. By the way, Rabbi, there are some Ashkenazim, who they use things like carrots, things like this. The reason why they use carrots is not because it's one of the Simanim. It's not. The reason is because in Europe they didn't have all these, Simanim, so they use carrots instead, things like this. We don't use carrots. Don't bring carrots to the table. You don't need any carrots over there. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So once you finish all this, right, all the simanim, now you can do the seudah, right? Bring some, soup, bring some basar, right? Whatever you're eating, right, for the holiday, right? Chicken or beef, whatever it is you're having, bring your seudah, right? The truth is, if you eat all these simanim, already you're half full. You know what I mean? So there's not much room left anymore, to eat. Sweet. Have a little bit, a little bit more, and that's it. We don't have to eat much. Don't bring out a whole big, Shabbat table. You know what I mean? It's too much. You're already half full. You know what I mean?
A lot of grandkids.
So the thing is, the Chazal said like this. Listen to this now, right? The Chazal said, yes, Rosh Hashana is a Yom Tov, So you have to have Simcha there also, But because it's Yom Adin, so you can't get too crazy, on Rosh Hashana. You have to be a little bit serious. You know what I mean?
Parties.
So not too much partying, So what does that mean, Don't come and, eat, fill up your stomach, like a balloon, This is not like, Sukkot or Pesach, It's not the same thing. You have to control yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? Eat, yes, but not too much, like you're exploding. You know what I mean? On Rosh Hashanah. Because what happens is that when a person gets full like that, he loses his mind a little bit, his seriousness, becomes silly, becomes crazy a little bit. That's the thing. So you don't want that, right? You want to be a little bit serious, Also, you can drink wine, whatever, but don't drink too much, 4 or 5, cups of wine. You're going to get drunk, act like a maniac, What, is that Rosh Hashanah, you're going to act like that, like a maniac? No, you cannot do that, right? So you drink 1 or 2, nice, get a little buzz. Okay, that's good, But not more than that. Right? So make sure, right, you control yourself. That's the thing, Okay, רבותיי. ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. רבי חנניה מגשמר, אצל הקדוש ברוך הוא לא זכו בישראל, לפיכך הכיר בא להם תורה ומצוות, שנאמר חפש, למען צדקו יגדיל תורה בידיר.